the other person could have, let's say, a red mark or a scratch. This is David Kohlmeyer, the Problem Solver. Thank you for joining us today, Tuesday, 11 o'clock. How are you today? Today, I am here with a special guest that's going to be on the air with me live. It's Armando Gamez with Gamez Real Estate Solutions, helping people today basically with housing and real estate. So he'll be on the show once we go to the second segment. But otherwise, I'm Dave Kohlmeyer, the Problem Solver. I wanted to go over again what I do here every single week on a Tuesday. 11 o'clock for an hour, I will go over different problems and how I can help people, and I will bring other problem solvers on the show, basically, that are helping people in Las Vegas, in Clark County, and most likely even throughout the United States. If anyone's listening throughout the U.S., basically a lot of the problem solving that we do here is probably good advice and suggestions and things that you can do in your state as well. Or a lot of the resources that I have may be able to be used in other states. So whether you're listening from New York, from Los Angeles, Las Vegas, anywhere in the United States, basically, I'm glad you tuned in. We are live on Facebook and Instagram and all these different social media platforms. You name it, look up the Problem Solvers. We also have an app, which is called the Go Live Vegas app, which is a digital network that has different shows and also has a digital network platform if you're listening to music, and also that you can go into different shows and listen to while you're on the go. So if you're driving, you want to listen to the Problem Solver and you don't want to watch it live on Facebook or YouTube, you can listen to it on the go, which is great, and get all the information while you're driving. Well, maybe you're driving to Los Angeles. If you're in Las Vegas, taking that route, you have an hour to listen, so it's a perfect time to get some information and to solve some problems. Also, I have an app which is called the ProblemSolver.Vegas. We're going to go to the laptop here to see it. If you go here, basically on the ProblemSolver.Vegas app, it is a progressive web app, which means you could just add it to your home screen. It does not take away for battery, also memory, which is amazing, something new. You don't need to go to the actual Apple store. So again, the ProblemSolver.Vegas, they'll also eventually show up on the screen a QR code where you can just screen the QR code and you will get the app to show up on your phone, add it to your home screen. With that being said, if you have a problem, if you basically have been in an accident, if you've been arrested, if something happens, you can click on the app itself where it says problems. You'll click on it. And what you'll do is you'll fill it out, really easy information. And as you can see on the screen right now, there's a QR code if you want to basically add it to your home screen. It says, what is the problem? You can click here on accident, traffic ticket, arrested. If there's a criminal defense case, DUI, injury, workers' compensation, unemployment, employment issues, housing, family law issues, neighbor disputes, policing matters, warrant checks, and others. But basically, any type of problem, whether it's real estate, anything, mortgages, credit repair, you name it. I want to help people that have problems. There's a lot of resources and a lot of people basically that are helping people, so please use me as a resource. There is no fee. It's a complimentary service that I'm paying forward. I actually was a police officer for 17 years, police officer in New York City with NYPD. In Brooklyn North, and I was also a police officer in Henderson. Retired 6 years ago, wanted to give back to the community and wanted to see how I could basically help. The best way is just getting information out to the community about the resources that are available, how I would solve my problems, how I would basically tell you how to solve your problems, or if I can't solve it, then I'm going to get a problem solver, like an attorney that I have a network with, who basically I'm working with, that would help you, that would go above and beyond to help you. So again, I'm not an attorney. I'm a retired police officer helping people. I will be referring people to different resources. Again, if you're looking to buy real estate, it would be a real estate agent. If you're looking to get a mortgage, you're having some issues, several different mortgage agents. If you're looking to rent an apartment or home, it's very difficult these days in Las Vegas due to the rental market conditions. If you get into an accident and you're injured, I have a great attorney that handles personal injury. If you've been arrested or a traffic ticket, I have some compassionate attorneys that are willing to basically help out. You can call me and text me 24/7. I'm like 911, but my number is 400-7474. Again, 400-7474. Again, a retired police officer helping people one problem at a time. Have this great app, does not cost any money whatsoever, so please add it to your home screen. I also do push notifications from time to time with some great updates as well. If you look on the app itself on the screen, we have some also local discounts where basically it's a free discount app website as well, where basically gives you some different connections and programs to get some free discounts. There's savings, there's programs. You can log in. Several different law firms that are connected with this program called Connections. Some different specials and deals that they have. Some cafes, some different things that are going on. Movie tickets and stuff like that. So this is something new. This is actually being sponsored by Richard Harris, the Connections program, which I appreciate their support. With that being said, if you want to meet, there's a little button here that says "Want to Meet." If you want to meet to go over, a cup of coffee, talk about a problem, talk about how I would handle it, just like when I was a police officer, I would want to share information of what I would do to solve a problem. Here you could meet the problem solver, which is myself, different dates, addresses. We could set up a time. I do meet people at their home. I meet people for coffee, whatever I can do to help out. The next thing is merchandise, basically, real quickly. The shirt that I'm wearing, the Problem Solver shirt, is basically being sold. I don't make any money from it. The nonprofit this month that I'm basically dealing with is called Shine a Light. And the Shine a Light Foundation here, you can click on that button right here. And when you click on Shine a Light, basically there's going to be $14 of every shirt will go towards the fundraiser of the month, which is this month is Shine a Light, which is a nonprofit foundation going into the tunnels in Las Vegas, helping people that are homeless, giving them intervention. They were on the show a few weeks ago. Amazing program. These people go every Saturday, go into the tunnels, finding people, trying to be friends with them and to be a familiar face and voice to help them get out of being homeless and underground in the tunnels. You wouldn't believe what people are living underground due to financial conditions. Things like in California, people are living in tents and so on. Things are getting a little worse out here in regards to the homeless condition. They're trying to help the situation. With that being said, on the app as well, there's a box here called Resources. Every single week I work with tons of nonprofits that are sending me an email, and on that email has different PDFs of different nonprofits that are out there helping people. We have the Problem Solver flyer. We have different nonprofits that are helping people, whether it's a free vaccination shot for COVID-19. We have programs if you have children. We have immunization shots we have here, community resources, United Way 211. We have Safe House. We have anything with children, you name it. We have these different nonprofits that are involved. If you're looking for a job, there's different employment services, Job Connect, Novum U, Sober Homies, all these different programs. People just don't know that they're out there. So again, please go to the app itself. And the last thing really is, if you go to social media, it does take you to the Problem Solver Facebook page. I'm not sure if that's going to click on, but it should. And when you click on the Problem Solver page, I'm adding different things as well to help people. Again, my number is 702-400-7474. Today on the show as well, by the way, I'm just jumping on here as well, the Facebook page. We'll click over here. Anyway, so back to the app. So again, we're out there. Text, call 702-400-7474. Today, we're going to basically have a special guest I mentioned. If you want to, this is a live show, so it's kind of, just like a radio station that's live. If you want to call and you have a question for myself, if you have a problem that you want me to answer or I can refer you to somebody, be happy to do that on the show here. We can talk about it. Consider me a therapist as well. So if you want to call and you have a question, you can call 702, we'll put the numbers on the screen, 702-329-6947 is the local number, 329-6947. See your screen. And then the 800 number if you're calling from another country, which we do have a bunch of listeners, it's 855-502-4321, 855-502-4321. So again, those are the numbers to call in today. If you have any questions, let's talk about it. Just wanted to recap two things which I normally do every episode. I'm trying to go through this a little bit quickly. Unusual problems for the week. So basically, people call me all the time. People say, why are they calling the problem solver? Why don't they call the police? Because you can't always call the police, for everything in general, right? And a lot of people don't know who to call. With that being said, this week, a little bit unusual stuff, housing. A lot of people call me saying that they're having issues renting an apartment, that they can't find a place, or they're asking for double or triple the amount of rent because of most likely COVID and the economic situation. A lot of the investors or renters out there, the owners that are trying to rent, basically they're afraid of the future. And they don't know if people are going to pay or they have a job, if people have a job. So several people called me for housing, and I basically referred them some different rental agents that basically specialize whether you have poor credit or if you have certain issues in general. So again, if you're having issues that you need a rental, a home or apartment or condo, please let me know, especially if you're having issues with credit or they want more money. The other one was, I mentioned here some of the credit issues referred to someone with credit repair. There's a lot of different credit repair people that are out there, and I want to basically refer you to the right people, because if you need credit repair, I want to help you, because eventually you want to get into a home, and today's topic is about home ownership. So it's important to get your credit right so you can buy a home, so you can save money. Your credit really dictates your future, what interest rate on your car, on your house, and so on, even insurance. So it's important to get your credit right, and I'd like to help you guys. A lot of people want to put their head in the sand and not talk about credit. Probably years ago when I was younger, I probably thought the same thing, but it's really an important thing. You really need to watch it, because your future, you can be spending a lot more money, hundreds and hundreds of dollars, if you don't get your credit on point. So please get with me if you need help with someone that can help you with credit repair. I had someone that got into a car accident this week. They also got a ticket. The accident was their fault, is what I was being told. But I'm basically going to have one of the law firms I work with is the Richard Harris Law Firm. They're going to look at the ticket and look at the accident report as well, to see whether or not, even if they got a ticket, whether they're at fault or not at fault, whether or not there is actually a claim, which is important. Most people do not know how that works. So why don't we have a professional, attorney that's been around for 40 years basically doing this to evaluate the accident report, evaluate the ticket, and see if they can get some help. Again, this is like a bigger topic, but again, I appreciate the Richard Harris Law Firm for basically helping review that ticket and the accident, because the person was injured as well, so we're going to try to get them some help. Several people have also messaged me about Social Security and disability, people attempting to reapply. I have a law firm that can help with that as well. Again, I don't know anything about Social Security and disability. I just know it's probably a pain in the ass process to basically to get people, working with the government to basically just get that check coming, especially if there was a problem or something like that. But you need to be on top of your game, and you need to make a lot of phone calls, because the person I spoke to was like, I haven't spoken to them about 6 months. Like, you got to be on the phone. You got to be on the computer. You got to keep on calling. You got to keep taking action, because basically you're not going to get anywhere in life if you just wait. Oh, I messaged them 6 months ago. I haven't heard back. I mean, 6 months is that's a half a year ago. So if you want something, please take action in life. Make 5 calls, 10 calls. You don't have to be a pain, but just be on top of your game by calling and, being on top of your life and your future, which I think is really, really important. With that being said, also a friend of mine recently got a DUI, which I feel bad. Lovely person, and it's their first one. They've never been through the process. Again, I'm going to refer them over to a trusted attorney that I basically work with, who's also a sponsor of the show, someone that I vetted as well that I believe in, which is the Defenders Law Firm, which is going to be helping this female with the DUI case. Again, no one's a bad person. I mean, we all make mistakes in life. No one's perfect, including myself. So the bottom line is, if you need help, I want to basically make sure you get with a trusted person that I know that I think that's going to help you, that I can reach out and say, please take care of her, please take care of him. They need help. Work with them. Be reasonable with fees. Try to add in some extra things that will help them in the long run for the future. Like, to me, record seals and DNA expungements and all these things are helping people in the future. Even if you made a mistake, the bottom line doesn't mean that your future should be changed forever. So it's important to basically get the help that you need. So again, please use me for referring you to attorneys that I know, or referring you to people that I know that are trusted people that will help you. I mentioned the charity as well, basically Shine a Light, helping homeless. Again, on Amazon, the Shine a Light Foundation has an Amazon wish list, and I challenge everybody this month. We have about another week left. Challenge everybody to buy one item for Shine a Light, and that will be helping tons of people that are basically being homeless underground. So please, you're making a big difference, and please go ahead, go to Amazon, go to Shine a Light, go to Gift, pick one item. Maybe pick there's flashlights, batteries, food, snacks. Please give a helping hand. As we're about to go to the break, I want to thank my sponsors of the show, the Richard Harris Law Firm, the Defenders, Ticket Busters, Universal Motor Cars. When we get back, we'll meet with Armando Gamez with Gamez Real Estate Solutions. He's a real estate investor, and he's helping people in Las Vegas, Arizona, and California with real estate, with housing issues, and he's providing people with solutions with real estate issues. So we'll be back in a quick minute, and thank you for joining today.
Another day in Nevada, and we're lucky enough to call it home. The world knows us for our entertainment, but the best part about living here is the everyday people of our communities. And when one of us gets injured in an accident, well, I guess you could say it's personal. We fight for the people of Nevada every day. The Richard Harris Law Firm. at 444-4444, just in case.
I recommend the defenders because they say what they're going to do and they do what they say.
You're the client, they're working for you, the attorney is your attorney.
I am very impressed with the relationship the Defenders has with their clients, and I hope to continue working with them.
It's not just signing people up, getting clients. It's we're going to take care of your problems, and they care about people.
Neither one of us are giving a handout to those people so that they could take advantage, but both of us are giving them that massive hand up.
From the moment I came into the office, everyone working at the front desk was super nice and just made me feel like I was at home.
When you call, you know that they're working for you and that they want the best for you.
Universal Motor Cars, your one-stop shop for all things auto, service, body repair, collision repair, free towing with repair, all under one roof. State-of-the-art paint equipment and facilities, trained certified technicians, lifetime warranty on paint. Universal Motor Cars accepts all insurance. Over 10 years in business. LVAC members receive 10% off labor. Call 702-754-6774.
Welcome back to the Problem Solver. It's 11:17. Welcome back. Tuesday. Every Tuesday from 11 to 12, solving problems with other problem solvers. Today we have Armando Gamez here.
How are you doing today, my friend?
Armando, thank you for coming today. Armando Gamez is with Gamez Real Estate Solutions, and he's helping people in Las Vegas. He's helping people in Arizona and California, basically the three neighboring states, helping people with real estate issues. So again, thank you for joining the show today. I know it was kind of last minute. He actually drove all the way in here from Arizona because we were able to do one-on-one here, and I always think it's better to have someone in person. So you look beautiful today. So how are you?
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. It's always a pleasure to see you. I like talking to you because we are, in that regard, I think we both cherish the passion of real estate. So it's a pleasure to talk to you about real estate.
I will share a quick story about Armando of how we originally met. I was in a real estate seminar many years ago, and Armando was the successful real estate student that normally would come up and talk about housing and how he basically was successful with some different real estate. He started mentioning some houses in Henderson, Nevada, where basically I was a police officer, and I was like, wow, I know that street. I got to talk with this guy. And I was getting all the information, and I was learning a bunch. This was, several years back. And I looked in the back, and he left. A lot of times, it's always the successful student that leaves, doesn't stay the whole time. He's more of a just coming in for a quick minute to say hello. So he was gone. So I never got a chance to get his number. And so 3 months later, I went to another real estate seminar, and I see Armando basically walking out of the seminar. I said, by the way, you're that guy that was in the other seminar. You're the student. I said, by the way, what's your name? He says, Armando. I said, I'm David. I said, look, I would love to speak with you, love to take you out to lunch. So I always laugh saying it was love at first real estate seminar site with Armando. And we became really good friends. And he's helped me tremendously in my life with real estate, with even purchasing my current home right now. A lot of strategies that he has, and he's just unbelievable. He's very passionate about real estate. He also wants to help people. It's not just about making money. So I just want to bring that out there. I'm blessed to actually have Armando in my life because basically he's helped me tremendously. He's been a support system as well for me over several years. So again, Armando, thank you for being a good friend and helping me and my family, with purchasing real estate.
I feel humble from your words. What I have found, and every time I was talking about real estate, it was what I was doing, and whatever you learn, you have to do it. And I notice every time I tell you something, you try it and you do it, and you do it successfully. So it's not me; it's you doing whatever you learn and applying it right. So. It's not hard. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But the thing is, you have to do it. You have to take the steps.
Absolutely, you have to take action. And like I said, I always tell my wife that if it wasn't for me watching you and observing you, because a lot of times I do believe that you do need a mentor to basically help people. It's one thing to read a book, right? But so when I watch Armando basically, meeting with different people and helping people trying to resolve real estate issues, I was like, wow, this is amazing. Like this, he's been doing it probably for years. So for me, watching you was a tremendous success. And I do, even though I took action basically because of you, basically, if I didn't watch you, I do not think that I would be, even at my current home today, which I'm fortunate to be in, which is rare. I happen to live on a lake in Desert Shores, and it's rare to be. There's only about, I think, 400 homes where people live on a lake in Las Vegas. And, if it wasn't for your help again, I would not be there. With that being said, I want Armando, tell me a little bit about yourself. Where were you born? Tell me about yourself in general.
Well, I was born
for the listeners.
Thank you very much. I was born in Mexico City. I have been working in several industries for a long time. But actually, for a long time, I was traveling as first as service engineer and then as a sales engineer for the automotive industry. So I was doing that, and at some point I realized that when I stop working, I don't get paid. So that was not a solution. So I started looking for real estate because you get paid either you go out or not. When you are collecting rent, you are collecting rent. You're getting paid every month. So you do the work once, and then you are collecting money. So I came to do that transition, and I have been mildly successful. I have been success in buying, keeping some properties, but that was my first thought: the sell and buy, and keep the properties and rent it. Which, by the way, I think you are more successful in keeping the properties. I have the audacity of thinking that I was smarter selling it when everybody was buying. So I think you are smarter because you keep everything.
I mean, I think there's pros and cons, with whatever you do, and sometimes it's timing. And there's always tell people there's ups and downs in general. My brother-in-law I was talking to today about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like the new thing, and I was saying, he's saying, oh, it's going to crash. And I said, look, there's ups and downs with everything in life. I mean, there's different strategies that you use at different times, but the bottom line is, different times, different things. There's different strategies. Like right now, it's a totally different world. What's going on with real estate as well. So, how long have you been involved in real estate?
2004.
Okay.
Actually, 99 if you consider my first house, where I was living. That was my first real estate endeavor. And then in 2004, I bought my first house, investment house, which I still own. Well, that's not accurate. My ex-wife still owns.
Okay.
But
it's still some type of ownership.
No, it's still collecting rent. It was in a good neighborhood. It was the right buy. But it tells you she's still collecting money from that property. So real estate is very, very noble to you. So
how many seminars? I was always big with going to real estate seminars. How many seminars have you been to? You actually have done more than I've done in regards to the advanced.
I have spent about 50,000
in seminars.
In seminars.
And how many seminars would you say that you've gone to?
So I have gone about 12, 14, and I have speaking about 15, 16.
Okay.
So I have been a part speaker or present part in 15, and I have seen 20 seminars.
Got it. I see now with with COVID basically hopefully going away, bless us all, that the real estate seminars are coming back where people go for a free seminar. And I'm not sure if people know, a lot of the seminars are like 2 days or 3 day seminars, maybe for 500 or 1,000. And then there's more advanced seminars. I've always personally been to this, smaller seminars, nothing advanced. I didn't really want to spend the money. I wasn't sure about it, but I just feel like the more training and seminars you go to, even though it's popping up now, I feel like you're always constantly learning. And there's different economic times, like right now, due to COVID, and prices are going up in regards to construction and nails and wood and stuff like that. Like it's a different time. So I think it's really important to constantly learning about real estate and talking to people about it. The conversation is almost therapeutic if you're a real estate investor, but also if you just want to buy or sell a home, I think you got to keep talking about it because there's always different programs, out there too. What are your thoughts about real estate in general in today's world with what's going on? Whether I know that you focus on the 3 states of California and Nevada and Arizona. What are your thoughts about what's going on right now?
Well, it's every person and where they are in life is the answer is different. If you don't own nothing on real estate right now, if you don't have a property in real estate, the first step is own your own house. And why? Because every time you pay rent, that money is gone.
Okay.
If you buy your first house and you are not renter, but you are an owner, that should be your first step. It will change your mindset. I have been with friends that they do the step from renters to ownership. It changes. So plus it helps with your credit. It helps that you have you create equity. So that's the first step. The second step is learn as much as you can. Like you say, there are a lot of seminars. There's today, 2004 and today is completely different. Most of the information is available online. Like Elon Musk say, all the information is in YouTube. You can find it. And actually, there are a lot of mentors that provide you the information. Ken Cloutier, several. They provide you the seminar for $1. Because the reason is the information is not enough. You need to do it. And the most important thing after learning something is doing it. And some, they help you more or not. But that's what you do, and that's what I love about you is you do you learn something and you do it. So that's the second thing is learn and do it. And if you need support, there are seminars, there are mentors. Look for people who are doing what they preach. There are a lot of preachers that they just say this and that, but they are not investing there. Those are the ones that you want to follow.
Got it. Why are you? I mean, you kind of mentioned a little bit, but what's the reason why you're so passionate about real estate in general? Is it just that you were thinking more of the mindset of like residual income, or also your own home?
Yes, residual income, yes, and equity, and freedom. Once you get to some point in your real estate portfolio, and you can see it in the big ones, it's like you get to a point that you don't have to work, you don't have to show up. You decide to go, but all your needs are covered. And it's not that many properties that will provide you. There is, you can own a business, you can own several things, but rent coming and getting you, and you don't have to wake up every morning and do up and down and do whatever you have to run to do a business or be an employee. There is real estate is nobody else, nothing else that gives you that peace of mind.
Got it. It's amazing. Okay, so the bottom line is you've been to a lot of seminars, you've been around, you've had a lot of experience. I know a question just came in for Facebook. The question says, it's from Richard. Thanks, Richard, for sending the message. How can I get to a point where I can purchase a home? My credit's really bad from COVID-19. So a lot of people economically right now, right, they lost their jobs, credit's bad. If they get their credit better, I mean, what's your situation? And I also believe that you also are familiar with homes that you mentioned to me before as one of the strategies owner will carry, that it doesn't have to deal with their credit. You want to share a little bit about that?
Owner, if you have bad credit, but you have a little bit of money to give to down payment, you can find somebody who will carry. There are different circumstances. They don't want to have renters, they don't want to fix the place, they want to know that the money they are receiving, they don't have to get back to their condition guy, they just want to get out. That's one strategy. Well, there are several reasons, and again, the list, it doesn't matter. The reality is there are people who are willing to receive a payment to sell you the house. So if you have that option, you don't have to worry about your credit. And still it's good to get your credit up and start working on. But there are several options to get out.
Got it. So the bottom line is to get your credit back, work with a credit repair specialist. But also, if you really want to buy a home, there are homes that are called owner will carry or seller financing. And you mentioned before the show that you had several properties right now that are owner will carry that you have. So if somebody's interested, they can call you.
Yes.
What's the best number? I know we have a number for you on the screen. You have an 800 number. What's your local number for? I think you have a Vegas number because a lot of people are Vegas. What's your local 702 number?
702-266-3205.
Got it. So 702-266-3205. And then you have an 800 number, which is 855-226-4236. Again, 855-226-4236. And that's on the screen right now. So to speak with Armando, to get some help, advice, suggestions, or if you're interested in buying and selling, basically, Armando is a real estate investor. And he has Gamma's Real Estate Solutions. And basically, he's more than happy to work with you and help you. As we're about to go to a quick break, I want to remind people that you can still call in. If you have questions for Armando and myself, if you have any problems, we'd be happy to discuss it. You can call 329-6947, 329-6947, or the 800 number, which is 855-502-4321, 855-502-4321. Again, we're on Go Live Vegas, which is an app, a network, digital network. So, again, I appreciate all the listeners, and I appreciate the sponsors. We'll have a quick commercial break for a quick minute, and we'll be right back.
Meet Joe. Joe's a very busy guy. He's always driving from work to meet friends. And sometimes Joe's in a hurry and doesn't follow all the rules. Joe just got a traffic ticket. Traffic tickets are a major hassle. You have to take time off work to go to court and stand in long lines. A couple days later, Joe saw his friend Matt. Joe tells Matt about his traffic ticket troubles. Another traffic ticket? Just call Ticket Busters. Ticket Busters? Well, what's Ticket Busters? Ticket Busters is the quick and easy traffic ticket solution with licensed attorneys. Ticket Busters went right to work for Joe's ticket. Ticket Busters did all the work, saving Joe time and stress. A few weeks later, Joe receives a call from Ticket Busters and his traffic ticket has been resolved with no points, no traffic school, and no insurance increase. Ticket Busters helped Joe bust his ticket, and Ticket Busters can help you too. Go to ticketbusters.com, download our app, or call 702-666-6666.
Activated.
Welcome back to The Problem Solver. How are you today? It's 11:34 on Tuesday. The Problem Solver is basically live every Tuesday from 11 to 12. Thank you for joining us again, The Problem Solver, helping people solve problems one problem at a time. There's no problem that's too small or too big. If you have a problem, let me help you out. Let me refer you to the right person today. We're with Armando Gamez with Gamez Real Estate Solutions, and he is a real estate investor helping people basically buy and sell. And he's an investor. He's looking to buy properties in, right now, the three states he mentioned was Nevada, California, and Arizona. So he's available. His number's on the screen. If you want to call and have a question, please do so today at 329-6947, 329-6947. Armando, quick question. Do you believe that people should rent or own? Because I know there's different theories, and I'm not sure if you follow Grant Cardone. We haven't had a chance to talk about it. He feels that you should not own, because you should be more flexible where you live, but you should buy to invest. What are your thoughts? I go back and forth with that one. What do you think about that?
Well, I agree that you should put most of your money in investment, but if you never own, it's a switch in your mentality when you own. So I plus the amount of money that you have to get, because there are so many plans for your first house, is so small that the investment is minimum. So I recommend it. I talked with buyers who have bought a couple of years ago, and now they have $100,000 on equity. If they take that $100,000 in equity on their house, and then they invest it for investor property, then they are doing the right thing. So get your first house, stop renting, and then go. I understand what he's trying to say, but it changes your mentality, and that's the main thing that I want to.
I think for the average person, if you stop renting, you buy a home. I think that's the most important thing, especially their programs right now, like with low money down. So even though Grant Cardone's a different story, I think the goal is to have home ownership, which is the biggest thing that most people can do in their life. What are your thoughts about interest rates under today's circumstances? You mentioned in Mexico, which is interesting. I never knew this, and I asked this question earlier before the show. What's the interest rate in Mexico?
So they're from 9 to 15%. So when
9 to 15% interest rate.
It's crazy.
And is it a 30-year mortgage, or is it different?
No, they don't do 30 years. They do 15 and 7 years mortgages.
15 and 7 years.
But it's still at 15%, that's crazy. You pay 3 times the house.
Got it. Just to interrupt, we got a quick phone call. Caller, are you on the air? Yes.
Hi, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead. What's your first name?
Thomas?
Thomas, thanks for calling in. What's your question?
I'm behind on several mortgage payments. I'm worried about my mortgage. I'm afraid I may lose my house, but if I sell it, how does it work?
Thomas, thank you very much for calling. We can help you. We can stop so you don't lose your house and you don't ruin your credit. There are several ways, several plans that we can do. But yes, we have solutions for you. It will be my pleasure to get one-on-one, get in person, analyze your situation, and either save your credit so you are ready to own again, or get to buy your property. Both ways we can do.
It's been hard with the pandemic, and now that COVID's over, with the vaccine, and I got this another problem now with the mortgage payments.
You are not the only one. I am sorry that it's happening to you, but I perfectly understand, and we can help you. No problem.
Should I make an appointment with problem solvers?
Yes, you have my number, or you can contact David. Both ways, we can help you.
If you want, go to theproblemsolver.vegas and just put in real estate issues, put your name and information, and I'll send it over to Armando, and then he can give you a call, and you guys can meet up. And I appreciate, Thomas, you giving a call, and thank you, and have a great day.
Thank you very much, my friend.
All right, so we're talking about the interest rates. So interest rates in Mexico are between 9 and 15%, and basically 7 or 15 years.
Correct.
Which means the payments would be very expensive. But is housing that much cheaper? Like if I was living in Mexico City, how expensive is a home?
So a house that is decent, that you want to live, is around $100,000.
$100,000 for a house?
For a house. You're talking about 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom. They don't do garage in Mexico, but you have a space for. They do more carports because the weather. It's not as popular having a garage, but it's a carport, or the properties are surrounded. So you have 2 space for cars, 3 bedrooms, 2 or 3 bathrooms.
Got it.
For $100,000.
Are most people, I guess, U.S., Mexico, like they're trying to rent and own? Same situation where people are renting, or? Mixed? Or is it more in America that people own?
So in Mexico, it's about 40% of the population own. In Mexico, also the situation is they go far and build without permits. So there's a lot of unregulated buildings.
Unregulated buildings.
Yes. So that's a big problem, but it's changing a lot. We are getting rid of that because for years it was not access to credits. It changed like in the year 2000, and it has been improving. So it's getting better, but it still is complicated.
So the housing market today, like someone mentioned that construction, like nails and wood, and everything's becoming more expensive. Why is everything becoming so expensive in your eyes? And you're kind of a worldly guy in general. What are your thoughts with why things are becoming so expensive? I mean,
I think there are, well,
they say
the short is COVID, but I think they are just riding the wave, the same that the gas companies, they ride the wave. They're just getting more money from us. That's my opinion.
Got it. I even saw today on Facebook, it said that there's a shortage of gasoline, and gasoline's going up in price because there wasn't such a supply and demand in the past. Now things are kind of up and moving, that people are using the gas. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of a crazy world that we live in. How are you helping people solve problems in the community with the housing? So right now you work in the 3 states. People call you, like this gentleman, Thomas. He's got an issue. How does it work? You go to his home, you evaluate. What do you do?
Normally, if we receive a phone call from anybody, we talk to them, listen what they have to say, because everybody have different problems. It's like the property they cannot sell because it's in bad condition, or they have problems with the title. I have helped people who have problems with insurance from the property. The thing is, we have seen almost everything, and I surround myself with smarter people than me, that they know to get me the solution. So we find you the solution that you need, and we work for you to have a happy ending on your problem.
Got it. So basically, if someone's looking to, and we'll go to the laptop here real quickly, that you're looking to buy any type of home. So I just quickly looked at images of distressed homes. So this particular home on the right-hand side here, would you buy a home that's really, let's see, I'm backtrack here a little bit. Would you buy a home that is like this on the right, like distressed, boarded up?
That's almost the picture of the first houses. Yes, I buy those every day.
So you're not just looking for pretty homes. You're looking for homes that are older that basically need some help. This one here on the right looks a little too old.
Well, the thing is, sometimes those houses that they are too old, they are in a good location, so we can just bulldoze the houses, work with you. So, again, every problem have a solution, and we try to find it together, and everybody wins.
Got it. So the bottom line is that it doesn't matter if the home is distressed, that basically that you can help out,
yes.
Or if someone's behind on mortgage payments or foreclosures. So whether you have a pretty house or ugly house, basically you're able to help, and you'll meet with them at their home?
Yes.
Okay. So
the other thing is, I just want to mention, some people, they tell them, I am upside down, because whatever reason they are upside down, so they cannot put it on the market. We still have solution for that, even if you are upside down on your mortgage and you are late, we can still help you.
So the biggest thing with it is that I know that you mentioned a few things that you could do. Like you could buy the home, right? You can then take over the mortgage payments to help them prevent foreclosure, which actually helps increase their credit. Can you explain that?
Well, basically, what do you want? If you have a problem and you cannot afford the house no more, you need to move out, or you're going to lose it. But you don't want that to create a situation where you ruin your credit and you cannot buy nothing for years to come, because it's going to show in your credit for a long time. So what we do is we stabilize the situation and we save your credit. We cannot save your house and the credit, but we will save your credit. So in a couple of years, when you are up and running again, you will be able to buy a new house with no problem.
Got it. So the bottom line is that you are buying properties from people, whether distressed or not, whether it's a pretty home or, I'm about to say ugly home, which is not a nice word, a home that's basically, that could use some tender loving care, that you're willing to basically buy the home, and you yourself as an investor, you work with other investors as well. And people can call you and can set up a time to meet in general. How quick can you close? Some people are like, I really need money. I need to get out of this house. How quick can you close a home?
The fastest I have closed is in 2 days.
In 2 days. So within 48 hours you can close.
Yes, that's what I have done.
And
Normally it takes longer, but if we need to close because it's going to be foreclosed, we have done in 2 days.
Got it. So I just want to take a moment to recap, Armando, because we're about to go to break in about a quick minute. But I want to recap the people on the show. This is the first time you've been on the show. That if they have any type of legal issue, community problem, neighbor problem, neighbor dispute, question about the police, since I'm a retired police officer, they can go to theproblemsolver.vegas and basically they complete a quick form so that I can assist them with any type of problem they have. We also have a full legal team basically that can assist anyone that's part of my network, that basically people that I trust, that I care, of people that I want to basically send people to get some help that they need in order to solve their problems, because I can't solve everything, and and some things you just need an attorney, and some things you could just refer them to different nonprofit entity that's helping people as well. But we have tons of resources, people like yourself, Armando, who basically is available to help depending on what the problem could be. And I appreciate you being available to any of the Problem Solver listeners, whether you're on Go Live Vegas app or on Facebook or YouTube. Any of the listeners that are out there, if you need some help, basically the Problem Solver and my other problem solvers that I'm working with are willing to help out. So again, just want to let everybody know they can reach me 24/7, basically like 911, but as a problem solver, 702-400-7474. Again, you can reach me at any time, text or call. My little baby will pick up the phone and give it to me and say, Dad. So I'm available. As we're about to go to commercial break, I want to again thank some of our sponsors of the show, the Richard Harris Law Firm, the Defenders, Ticket Busters, Universal Motor Cars, and also Real Vegas Magazine. I appreciate everyone being a supporter of the Problem Solver and helping me go above and beyond to help people. We'll be back in a quick minute, and thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, are you a first-time homebuyer? If so, let me help. I'm Camelia Colmar, a local Las Vegas realtor and investor. I love Las Vegas and this community. Many times the process of buying a home is stressful, and for many people it's easier to procrastinate and rent instead of being a first-time homebuyer. Allow me to help guide you through the process of buying your first home. There's several programs that are out there that can help you buy your first home with very little money or even no money down. Allow me to educate you through the process of buying your first home. It will be my honor and pleasure to help you and your family achieve your dream of homeownership. Rents are on the rise. Many times it's cheaper to own than it is to rent. Take action today. Call me at 702-333-HOME. That's 702-333-4663. I invite you to my home where we can discuss a personalized strategy for you to own yours.
Welcome back to the Problem Solver. 11:49, 11 minutes to go. It's like a baseball show, baseball team, baseball inning. 11 minutes to go with Armando Gamez, Gamez Real Estate Solutions, helping people come up with solutions to help people with their problems with housing, with real estate. They own a home. So again, thanks for joining us. On Facebook, someone put in a question here. It says, it's Art. Art says, I own 13 homes that I rent, but lately due to COVID, I am having a difficult time with the banks. What should I do? I'm in Texas. Should I short sell on a few? So first thing is, from my experience, I mean, short sale was like back in the day with short selling. I think these days it's more of a forbearance. What's your thoughts about this question from Art in Texas?
Well, definitely we can work in Texas. We have a network of people who can really help you in Texas, so that will not be a problem. 13 properties have several options. Normally, when you are thinking about short sell, is because the price of the property is lower. But right now, with the market, with all the properties going up, I don't think we will find too many of those. But if you believe that your properties are under the amount that you own to the bank, we can still find a solution for you. That's not a problem.
I mean, if he's trying to sell the 13 homes, I mean, you have a network in Texas as well.
And yeah, in a heartbeat, I will put you in the right direction. They can help you. That's not a problem.
Okay, and then also, I mean, if they really want to save the property, I think these days what I'm hearing is that the whole forbearance, that the people that owe money in the back end, that you should call your bank and work with them and see what they'll do to basically help you so you don't lose the properties. And I know there's some different nonprofits, which leads to another question is, there's a lot of nonprofits out there that are helping people and there's government assistance. So I think that you need to kind of use Google a little bit and look for it's basically homeowners that own rental properties. And I think in a week or two, we're going to have a property manager on the show to talk about that. But I think there's money that basically you can get from the government to help people that are actually homeowners.
Yes, you should tap to all those resources that exist. Like you say, forbearance is what is current the best option. And if he's not able to qualify for whatever reason, we maybe we can find somebody with more experience and try to help him on that department. There are always solutions.
I just think that you just need to take action, make a bunch of phone calls. Maybe even if you call the bank, you may be talking to the wrong person, ask to speak to a supervisor if you think you're about to lose your home for whatever reason. But there are nonprofits available. And one thing I always mention too is United Way, which is 211, which is a nonprofit. You know, I have not called up United Way to check on this, but I like to say, hey, if I'm a homeowner and I'm losing basically, I'm behind the mortgage payments, what programs they should refer you to certain people. Again, most people don't know you can call 211 from your cell phone or from a landline phone to basically get some resources that are available. But these days, you can Google probably that, and there's different nonprofits that are giving money to basically help homeowners and also rental assistance.
Let me mention one thing. Every time you are dealing with a problem with your properties, the level of stress that people get is tremendous. And a lot of people, they don't act, they get paralyzed because it's overwhelming. I perfectly understand that. So what I can tell this person, there's a solution, we can help you, we can, I don't work directly in Texas, but again, I can point you to the right direction with people with ethically will help you, and it will find a solution. But when you think that you are not doing nothing, and that will help, no, you are doing something. You are not doing nothing. Not doing nothing is also doing something. The best thing to do is move and have action, take action. So just don't get paralyzed because of the frustration. Just find somebody. We can point you to the right direction.
If someone has a home that needs a lot of work, like a fixer-upper, and they can't afford to fix it, what can you do?
Well, we can. That's the difference. A lot of banks will not provide loans for properties who require a lot of repairs. We can buy it as it is. They don't have to do nothing. We will give them a fair offer in the market, and they don't have to worry. And we can close very quick. We can is one of the easiest things we can do. And because we're investors, we don't need to go to regular avenues with the banks. We can get the other way of financing, and they don't have to worry about that.
Okay. And why is it important not to have a foreclosure on your record? I think we spoke a little bit earlier, but you're mentioning right now as well that if someone's behind their mortgages, the home goes into foreclosure. How does that affect them in the future?
Well, that's the first thing they look. If you want to buy a car, they affect you, the interest rate that you're going to get. And of course, when you want to buy a house again, it will not be impossible, but it will make more expensive, and you want to avoid that. Also, it will complicate everything. We live by good credit, we live So that's what you want to avoid foreclosure.
Okay. Again, what is your contact information? Are you 24/7? What are your hours? Give some information again.
I try to answer my phone 24/7, but if not, leave a message and I will get you back in less than 24 hours.
So again, your toll-free number I see here is 855-226-4236. Again, 855-226-4236. And your local number in Vegas is 702-266-3205.
Correct.
That's Armando Gamez with Gamez Real Estate Solutions. We got a question from Jackie from Arizona. Wants to know, do you think that, from 2008, the same situation with the foreclosures, the housing crash after the government releases the hold on the pandemic, which is basically we're in a hold situation where I feel like we're being released now a little bit. Do you think that you can still buy a home if you're? Oh, I'm sorry. This is the second question that just came in. But the release of the hold of the pandemic, do you think there's going to be a crash, or do you think the government's being involved now and there won't be? Kind of an interesting question.
Everybody's talking about crash of a bubble.
The real estate cycle, will
it's going to happen. When it's going to happen, I don't know.
I think when the government gets involved, things change. They always talked about the real estate cycle in all the seminars, and they say every 12, 13 years. But when the government gets involved, right, then they're going to stop foreclosures from happening. They're going to stop, they're doing forbearance. Before it was short sales. I feel in the past, 2008 and 9, that the short sale was what was going on. Now it's forbearance, right? That you're going to be on the back end, in general. So I don't think we're going to have the foreclosures personally. And now there's a supply and demand, and then you don't want to build because it's so expensive to build. So I just think it's another crazy situation going on.
But like you say, the prices of the material is a big problem because the high demand. These interest rates are going to change. Something is going to change. I don't know what it is going to be. It's going to be a correction of the market. So I recommend you right now, buy anything. If you're an investor, buy anything that cash flows positive. We're talking about home residential, because when the market crashed, the rents went up. So it doesn't matter if your property is cash flowing right now, even if the market crash, you will be okay. If you buy for appreciation, this is not the time for appreciation. So if you buy and you are cash flowing positive, you will be okay. That's my thought about.
And I guess as being a real estate investor and going to seminars, it just seems when houses were $100,000 and a mortgage was $600, it was a different time. Now the home is $350,000, where the mortgage may be $1,500 a month, and then even though rents are going up, I think it's a weird time where some investors go to other states to try to cash flow as well because of the market. But it's just a weird time, in general. So I think at this point in time, of course, I think what we learned from today is that if you basically, no matter what, if you're a renter, you need to become a home buyer no matter what. And this program is available to make home ownership possible. So I think people need to do that. And if they need help with rent or rental assistance, I can help out as the problem solver of different resources, different property managers that will help people and some different owners. So, and you yourself will help people with some problems if they're behind on mortgages, if they want to sell, if they're distressed, if they're looking just to get out and they just don't know where to turn to and the bank is not working with them, then they can call you, Armando. And I appreciate you being a valuable resource for the Problem Solver show and podcast. So again, Armando Gamez with Gamez Real Estate Solutions. The phone numbers are on the screen. Please give him a call, or you can go to the Problem Solver app. Again, I want to thank everyone for joining today. Again, this show is Tuesdays from 11 to 12, joining us, different people that are helping solve problems and sharing information to be a better community and helping people. So I want to thank all my listeners and viewers today of the Problem Solver.
Thank you very much, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you, David.
Armando, you're amazing. Thank you for joining us today. You're a blessing, and you're going to be helping other people after they watch this podcast. And once it's shared to about 10, 12,000 views, your phone's going to be ringing. You're going to be helping a lot of people, and I appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us at the Problem Solver Show. I'll see you next Tuesday at 11 o'clock. Have a great week and be safe.